I checked up on the sheep. The good news is I didn't find anything out of the ordinary. No illnesses, no parasites. But to be certain, I sent the samples to the lab downtown.
Oh, great. Angie will be so relieved to hear that they're all right. Sorry, I must have forgotten for a moment.
I picked flowers for the wreath and put them on the workbench.
What kind?
Sunflowers and roses. But I overdid it and picked way more than we need.
Let me be the judge of that. I'll make sure this abundance of red and yellow will pop like firecrackers.
Please try not to make it look too loaded.
Don't worry, I'll make it work.
I think we're done with digging. Any final thoughts on those shovels?
They were okay. A 6 out of 10 at best. Pro, they dig holes. Con, they need a lot of supervision. You know, 4 hands on this was barely enough.
Still, better than just 2.
Think you could get some sleep now?
Oh, that would be nice. See you around, Lee.
Take care, Axel.
What keeps everyone warm but not them anymore? Isn't that a bit sad? Here's the next clue. What do cucumbers drink when it's not raining?
It's done. Not that it makes any difference.
You finished it. That's all that counts.
Yeah, I don't know. Look, I gotta go. I need time for myself.
Son, I'm proud of you.
It's just a piece of wood. It won't bring her back.
The wreath for the funeral's finished. True, it may be a bit wild in the eyes of a hopefully not very vocal minority, but I'm sure that Angie would have loved it.
A funeral wreath is supposed to decorate a grave, not distract from it. However, I'm glad it's done. That's one less thing on the list. I'm sorry that you had to do all the work, though.
I've been here for what? Almost 3 years now? By now you should have noticed that you don't have to rely only on yourself to get things done.
Maybe I don't like pulling you into my mess.
Don't call it your mess. Or do you honestly believe that you're responsible for what happened?
I don't know. Maybe I am.
You don't really think that, do you? That no matter what happens, somehow it's always on you? As the loveliest person alive, you couldn't hurt a fly if you wanted to. And we now have a beautiful wreath in crimson and gold. Everyone will love it.
You're probably right.
See? Now let's move on and get all of this behind us.
I'll try.
It's done. It's a sculpture of a bald woman reading a book. My son put a lot of thought into it.
A bald woman?
The image was important to him.
Well, it better be. It'll be what everyone who ever sets foot in that cemetery will see of my daughter. Thank you for telling me.
No problem.
I was looking for you. I'm going through the village to see if anyone needs anything.
Wow, the entire village. Your feet must be sore.
You can cut your cynicism. Everyone is suffering right now. Not only you.
That's good. Because Angie was willing to sacrifice everything for this hole, which is probably exactly what happened. She was supposed to be with me that evening, not riding her bike somewhere out of town, unless someone made her run some stupid last-minute errand again. All they had to do was look sad and ask, "Oh, I know it's late, but could you please get me whatever?" And she would Mary Sue the hell out of them. You can ask Lee what that means.
It was an accident.
Was it? Sorry, but I gotta go.
Oh, wow. You look great in it.
Thanks, Dad.
It's amazing how similar you look to her now.
Do we?
Yeah. I have to get back to work. I love you, honey.
Among all the things that are still to do, we can at least cross the wreath off our list.
Bless you. The sculpture's ready too. It's, I don't feel like I have the strength left to complain. At least I can be content she'll get a proper wreath.
It's a very colorful wreath, with sunflowers and roses.
Oh, did Lee pick them?
We both did. Giving Angela something colorful just felt right to us.
I guess it's too late to disagree.
There it is. The final box. It's empty. I've had enough of this. I'll just ask Dad. I finished this year's paper chase.
Paper chase?
The one where you find an empty box at the end.
Oh, right. Yeah. There was a smartwatch in that box for your sister to keep an eye on her health.
I thought she never got prizes at the end. Just more clues.
Oh, she did. Every time. It started when I set up her first chase when she was 5. She was supposed to get a board game at the end. But when she finally found it, she looked so disappointed. I could only cheer her up by claiming that that wasn't her actual present, but just another clue for her next birthday chase.
But you did that every year.
Because she never seemed satisfied. The watch this year was the most expensive thing I ever got her. I hid next year's clue in its calendar app. It would have been triggered on her birthday and would have led her to Gallia's well. By the way, how did you like it? The wool puzzle was a bit tricky, wasn't it? Maybe I shouldn't have started with it.
I thought it was interesting. And I think Angela liked the presents, but she liked the chases more.
Guess your dad has always been better at coming up with stupid games than with picking a simple birthday present, eh, Connie? Speaking of, now that you tasted blood, would you be interested in a little chase of your own one day?
I don't know.
Well, I'll just cherish this moment of triumph even more then. Having my youngest finish a chase is one thing off your old man's bucket list.
Okay.
Mom? You okay?
Of course, Bean.
Right. You're practically glowing. What have you been up to?
I was helping Axel at the graveyard.
Seriously? You hate graveyards.
He needed the company. If I hadn't been digging, he would have found that bone instead of me. That poor man is suffering enough as it is.
You were digging at the graveyard? Did Gallia put you up to this?
No, it was my idea.
Wow, Mom, that's messed up. I know you mean well, but next time hire a gravedigger or something, okay?
Okay, Bean.
Are you ready?
I'm not. But what choice do I have? All that's left is to join the hearse in the city and accompany it back here.
I saw that you texted the others.
I did. They should all be at the car soon.
We'll get through this, sweetheart. All of us. We'll get through this together.
The Lord will lead the way. Thank you for everything, Galena. See you at the car.
Okay then.
Let's get this show on the road, huh? Otherwise that hearse won't find its way here, right? Seriously, don't they have GPS or something?
We just want to be close to her on her way here. By the way, we also hired a harpist who we need to pick up on the way.
A harpist? Isn't that a bit expensive in our current situation?
Is there anything else you feel obliged to weigh in on, Jasper? Or can we agree that it's none of your business what we do with our money and our time?
Well, that is only partially true, isn't it?
This is not one of your projects, Jasper.
I don't know. I do understand that this is an out-of-the-ordinary situation. But we must get used to the idea that frugality is required for our community to survive.
Stop it right there. Honestly, you really expect me to get into a car with this man?
Well, it's not my fault that the only functioning vehicle happens to be mine. Which, to be fair, kind of proves my point.
Would you consider letting someone else drive?
Seriously? Because of this?
I could drive.
Me too.
You two just got your licenses.
I could drive too, you know.
Well, how about that? Looks like my car is suddenly up for grabs. So, who will be the lucky winner? Galena? Take your pick.
It's a long drive. I think it's best if you do it.
Sure beats driving a tractor. Honey, shall we?
All that fuss to pick up a body. It wasn't especially pretty or athletic.
It was still you. I'm scared. What's gonna happen next?
Well, I know exactly what's gonna happen. We mused about it after Gemry's funeral.
You said if you were to die tomorrow, your own burial would go something like this.
Yeah. First, Blanche would ask everyone to put together some mementos of me, like toys I played with as a girl or letters I wrote. Maybe even the pack of miracle berries Gallia slipped me whenever Mom had a sour cooking phase. All the stuff would end up in a small shrine in the chapel or close to wherever it was that I died. Once that was out of the way, Mom would hold the eulogy.
She'd repeat over and over how you brought the village together, how your diagnosis motivated them to find a place where you could grow up safe.
And that because of this, they should all be very grateful to me, for I was the heart of this village and always would be, and yada yada.
Jasper would want to object, but bite his tongue just in time.
After all, it would be my funeral, not his. I wonder who would cry. Maybe someone would make a cynical joke. Probably Bodhi. And then they would all go home, thinking that they should never have come here in the first place. That Yesterby was all just one big mistake. Its heart had just died and been buried after all.
And then? What happens then?
I don't know. Weeks will pass, I guess, and by fall, they'll be back to their old lives.
Mom?
Mm-hmm.
I've been sewing a Wolpertinger.
What's that?
It's like a jackalope, but from the Alps.
That's nice, Loom.
I've been doing it for Angie. I promised her before she went out.
Oh,
Do you want to see it when it's finished?
I would like that very much. Yes.
Okay, I'll show you then. Bye.
Bye, honey.
Dad, I'm doing it. I'm leaving. For good.
Son,
Mom is gone. Angie is gone. There's nothing left for me here. I mean, you're here, but you could come with me, you know?
no. I'm responsible for this place.
Yeah, figures. But don't try to keep me here. I don't belong here anymore. I never did.
You're making a mistake.
Mistake? How is finally taking charge of my life a mistake?
You're rushing out headlong. What are you even planning to do?
Find a room in the city? Bodhi's dad is a realtor. He might be able to find an apartment for me. I'll start looking for a job online. There's gotta be something that fits my skills. I'll figure the rest out from there.
I understand that you want to get away right now. Give it time. Think things through. That's all I ask.
I'm not rushing, Dad. I've been waiting for this moment for years. I lost the one last thing keeping me here. and the Lodge is definitely not doing it for me.
It was your mother's vision.
Yeah, another reason to be out of here before it's done.
I'm going to the cemetery. Do you want to join me?
Oh, sorry, but I've got a lot to do today.
Well, I'll be there for a while. So maybe later then.
I'll see what I can do. What do you think about Jasper's boat lodge project?
I don't know. Bodhi thinks it's a good idea, but I wonder if it'll take away some of the charm of the place. How about you?
I think it's just one more thing to worry about. Only Jasper and River are talking about it. But once it's done, everyone will have to live with it and whatever else it brings.
Yeah, it's change. I guess you just have to make the best out of it.
Let's see. I wish you were here now, Angie. How am I supposed to make any sense of all the job ads without your advice? You'd sit down next to me, I'd read the job ads out loud, and you'd tell me exactly what you'd think. What I was good for, and where I'd suck. No minced words. How about we try it, anyway? Looking for a waiter. Yeah, I'm not a people person. A proficient caregiver. Nah, lack the experience. We offer a position as emergency care assistant. Me driving an ambulance. You would like that, wouldn't you? Construction worker. Not my strong suit, right? Would you like to make your hobby a profession and become a game developer? Yeah, hard pass on that. Urgently require a packer. Not much of a career. Horticulturist. Yeah, sounds more like something for Lee. A stable position as warehouse management assistant. Interesting. I've been doing that job for Dad for years. And that's it. As I see it, there are two choices. First, the emergency care assistant. Not quite sure if I see myself there, but you would love seeing me driving around taking care of others, wouldn't you? It only requires a driving license and an advanced first aid certificate. I could ask Gallia about the first aid. And second, the warehouse management assistant. Remember how I evaded carpentry lessons by coming up with new ways to sort Dad's storage, and you joked I was more Dad's manager? What if you were right? Thing is, there's a math test I need to take first. But considering I wasn't so bad at math in school, I should be able to get there with a refresher. I should probably ask Blanche what the test might look like. I wonder which of those you would have picked for me, Angie.
Hey, Connie, do you have a minute?
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, it might be longer than a minute. It's been weeks now, but I still can't believe that was her in that box.
It was just her body, not her. She's still here.
Yeah, I can feel her too.
You can?
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure it's different than for you. Say, during the eulogy, your mom said that we should stay true to Angie's last wish and to do what's right for Yesterby. Do you know what she meant?
That we stick together and don't fight. It was quite funny that Mom was the one who said that, actually.
Right? She and Dad never stopped fighting about the boat lodge. By the way, do you know why Ange was against the lodge?
No.
Me neither. Oh, it's a horrible thing to say, but I think your mommy's using Angie's last wish to put the project into doubt. But without the lodge, Yesterby will have no future. We'd go bankrupt. She, of all people, should have known that.
I don't know why she didn't like it. She never told me. Maybe you could ask her.
Okay, now you're freaking me out.
It's true. Just listen when you lie awake at night.
Oh, Connie. The funeral gave neither of us much, did it? Let's really try to hang out more. Okay?
Okay. See you around, River.
Yeah. See you around.
This is for you. Maybe, somehow, I don't know. Maybe you'll find it. You always did.
This is horrible. Do you see this?
The weeds?
They're everywhere. Would you mind helping me with them? I can't stand my angel being buried in a place looking like this.
Can I ask you something?
Of course.
I've been looking for jobs, and I think I found something interesting.
You've been looking for a job?
Well, I'm moving to the city.
Oh, sick. Are you sure it's what you want?
It's been running through my mind for a while now. I need to do it. For myself and Angie.
I understand. What did you find?
It's called Warehouse Management Assistant. I would help distribute and organize goods and stuff. Sounds better than carpentry. What do you think?
I'm a bit surprised you chose to work in management and not something more artistic.
As much as I'd like to, I don't think I can make enough with music. I think Angie would agree.
It's likely to be a good, stable job. And you're just getting started.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But the application requires me to take a math test online. I want to be prepared. Can you help me?
Great. Preparation is key. Which topics were you planning to go over?
Elementary math. Interest calculations.
Good. What else?
Statistics and analysis.
Okay. Anything else?
I don't think so.
What about stochastics and probability?
You think they will be covered in a warehouse math test?
Most definitely.
Okay.
You know what? You should learn at the school. There will be fewer distractions. And if I'm there, I'll be able to coach you, if you'd like.
School? That'd be great.
You can also text me if you're going there, but I can't make any promises.
Sure.
Go shine, Tiger.
All right. I think that's it for a refresher. I feel good about taking on the test now. Or I could learn a bit more, though it's probably not necessary.
I know it's been 2 months since the funeral, but I still can't get Connie's expression out of my head. She looked so... I don't know.
I know what you mean.
Not that she ever was any different. It's classic Connie, really. Wise beyond her years and not telling anyone.
I'm afraid Peel will run out of patience with her. I have a feeling you won't be seeing a lot of me over the next few days.
Which, on the other hand, is classic Galena. Tall, broad-shouldered, and ready to carry the weight of the world. Only that her shoulders aren't nearly as broad as she thinks they are.
Not helping.
Sorry.
I know I promised that I would have more time for us.
Don't worry about me. I'll just play some video games and annoy Bodhi for a while.
Oh, that would be a relief.
Right.
Odorino, I could use your connections for something.
Okay, enlighten me.
Is your dad still in real estate?
Are you planning on buying a house?
Not quite. I need to rent an apartment in the city. A room, a tent, whatever. Anything.
Sounds like you're desperate to leave.
Whoa, I'm leaving, but I'm not desperate. Not just yet.
My dad's not a rental agent, you know.
Yeah, but he probably knows a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy, right?
Might be the case. What's your budget?
Budget.
Zach, you don't expect me to write to my dad to ask around without giving a somewhat specific description of what you can afford. Not even my connections can escape the invisible hand of the market.
Is tight budget specific enough?
Okay, I see we should focus on the lower end bracket. Still, I'm gonna need some money for the deposit up front and collateral to get you started.
Okay. I have some savings, but that won't be enough, I guess. I'll go try and get more money.
Great. Get back to me when you have it. I'll have the rest figured out by then.
I'll be back soon.
Hey, you got time?
Of course.
I just need to get my mind off things for a while.
Have you seen the pruning shears?
No, sorry.
Are you okay, Mom?
Huh? Of course. Why? What's wrong?
You've got the same face as when you and Dad split up.
No. Don't worry so much about your momski. She's fine.
Okay. Just let me know if you see those shears anywhere.
Okie dokes.
Hello, Hancock, old friend. Want to help me rent a room? You could make me a pretty penny. Angie would hate to see you go. Along with my musical career.
Bodhi,
Dahlia?
Pia wants to clean up the cemetery. If you have nothing better to do, could you help her?
If I have nothing better to do, or because?
Well, are you busy or not?
I guess it's better if I say no, I'm not, before you ask my necrophobic mom. Whatever. I'll see if I can find Pia.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Pia's plucking weeds at the cemetery.
I'm not surprised. The funeral was barely over and she was already complaining about the state of the grave. Oh no, don't tell me you want to help her. It's a graveyard. You can rip out as many weeds as you like. It'll never be pretty and nice. Hardly anyone goes there anyway.
You mean apart from Zek, Melville, Axel, Pia, me?
You're right. Sorry. Guess I just don't get graveyards.
Actually, I was wondering if you could help her too. It would be a great chance to improve your relationship with Pia. You had no problem helping Axel with the grave.
I guess. I just have to ignore all the dead people below, right?
Right.
Yeah, I think I can do that.
Thanks. I really appreciate it.
Whatever it takes to take some weight off your shoulders.
Can you believe that Bodhi came here just 3 years ago? It feels like he's been part of our gang forever. I doubt that he feels the same, though. A signed bootleg of Joe Umari.
Nope.
The slip of paper that guy gave you with his number when we went skating in the city?
Yeah, right.
What are you guys talking about?
They're trying to guess what they put into the time capsule.
You buried a time capsule? What's inside?
River's darkest secret.
We closed our eyes when we put our stuff in. So we only know what we put in ourselves.
You'll only find out what the others put in if you stick around until we dig it up again in 30 years.
That's cool. So, where'd you bury it?
Nice try.
I'm just asking.
Only Eli knows.
Zek told him the contents of the capsule are his present for his 40th birthday, so that he would bury it.
And if there's one thing my brother's protective of, it's his birthday presents. He's our main safety measure.
You must be really optimistic to think you'll still be here in 30 years.
I'd come back for it.
Maybe you will too.
It's a Yesterby thing. I'm not part of that.
Don't say that. You're a Yesterberian now.
Ha! I got it. You put in art prints of that comic artist you adored back then.
My lips are sealed.
I'll leave you to it. See you around.
See ya.
Maybe we should let him put something in.
We can't just break the rules like that.
Connie's right. It's not our fault that he's late to the party.
As if Yesterby was some kind of exclusive club. I'll go talk to him. Bodhi never put anything into the capsule, so we avoided the topic whenever he was around. Do you think Eli still remembers where he buried it?
Why are we still doing this? None of this will bring you back.
On the contrary, it's the only thing that's keeping me here. The more you do, the more the others will be able to notice me too.
It's just so exhausting.
I still can't believe that you're gone. Connie told me to listen to you, which felt like the first useful advice since you've left. I miss our stupid planning sessions. I miss you. So, what's on the menu today?
Brainstorming new perspectives for the pier.
Well, good luck with that. Jemre's Boat Lodge is going to happen. Dad even managed to get some investors on board, a bunch of dentists who want to expand their pension plans. We're starting development this summer. Besides, do you really want to go against the pitch of a dead woman?
Come on, let's keep our minds open. Just for kicks, okay?
If I didn't know you any better, I'd say you hate the project.
What? No.
Because if you do hate it, you need to tell me. Mom and Dad let me co-develop, and I can't do this without you.
I'm sorry, I don't want to discourage you. But for now, let's go wild again. For old time's sake, okay?
Of course.
Great. Are you recording this?
One sec. We're on. It's year 5, mid-May. The issue to solve today is how to refresh the pier, which is something that was already solved by the concept of the boat lodge, but anyway.
Let's keep an open mind and see where this takes us.
Oh, I can't forget to talk with Dad tomorrow. Development starts again in the morning.
And now River. She can't see me, but maybe she can hear me in her heart. It sounds cheesy, but it worked with the others.
Okay, it's recording. So let's brainstorm some ideas to get our creative juices flowing.
Wait. First, we need a mission statement. And a timestamp.
Okay, it's June 21st. Hey, summer solstice.
Summer solstice in year 0, the dawning of a new era. I'm Angela, this is River. Our parents had moved here with the will to make this remote place their home. They refurbished their future houses, set up a farm, and built a playground for the kids. But then, they just stopped.
It's our goal to revive their pioneering spirit. Over the course of the next few months, we will attempt to pitch each other projects that promise to increase the quality of life in Yesterby.
Whatever it takes to save this town from stagnation.
The boat lodge checked all our boxes. And yet you never wanted to talk about it. Was it because it was Jemre's idea and not ours? I don't get it. Hey, how's it going?
Good. Once the walls are done, I'll install the doors.
Nice.
Keypad locks are a bad idea, by the way. Anyone with a code could get in.
Don't worry. The plan is to change numbers between checkouts. It's easier than giving out keys since we won't have a reception or anything. The idea is to have it run on its own. At least until we know we're going to make an actual profit and can afford hiring staff.
My wife put a reception in the blueprints.
I know. Hey, there are a few things I need to discuss with Dad, but I'll keep you in the loop.
All right.
Where did you bury the time capsule?
Why?
I want Bodhi to put something inside,
Why?
so he feels less left out.
The things in the capsule are my presents for my 40th birthday. No one else is allowed to look inside before I do.
I'll tell him to close his eyes.
I'm not convinced.
It would be one more present for your birthday.
Oh. Okay, I'm convinced. I buried it under a rock on the other side of the wheat fields, at the edge of the forest. But you really can't look.
Okay.
Wow, I can't wait to be 40. That will be my best birthday ever.
Is that a gray hair I'm seeing?
Well, that's me grown old. You said Yesterby's a great place for that.
Don't be sarcastic. I never wanted you and your mom to go through something horrible like this. But then again, bad things happen regardless of where you are.
It's really not me or my hair you should worry about. It's Mom. She's a sensitive person.
I know.
No, you don't. You weren't there when she and Dad broke up. That was hard on her. It was good that she had so many friends back then who pulled her out. They helped her refocus on her original goals in life, the ones that she used to make for herself. Gave her perspective and hope that things wouldn't stay like that. Yesterby, on the other hand, is just this. No plans, no change, just trying to make day after day work and keep everyone fed.
What goals are we talking about?
Don't ask me. That's Mom's business. All I can tell you is that living in the boondocks was never really her aim in life.
Riv, I'm getting out of here.
You're really doing it? Ange always said you would. One day. With or without her.
She believed I'd leave her? Never.
I don't know. She just didn't want to hold you back.
She didn't. Sorry, it's just... I can't get it out of my head. Would Angie have hated me for going?
She was like you. She had big dreams. She would have wanted you to follow yours.
That's a relief to hear. But there's one problem. I don't have the money to rent a place in the city right now. So maybe I could do some work at the boat lodge for you?
Didn't Dad try to recruit you before? I thought you didn't want anything to do with the place because you thought Angie didn't like it.
It didn't stop you, did it? And it would relieve the pressure on my dad.
Working with your dad could help us. All right, welcome aboard.
Sweet. When do I start?
How about immediately?
Today's the day. Development is finally picking up steam.
Remind me, when did I hear that before?
Yesterday. But today it's true. Yesterby is going places.
Hello, I'm here to help.
Oh,
Don't mind me. I'll just stick to the graves over there. They look a little less ominous than the rest.
Need help?
Yeah, you can clear the graves over there if you have the time.
Got it. Oh, Mom. Mom, don't do this to yourself.
I'm almost finished with this one.
Let me do it for you. Just go home, make yourself some tea, and watch Korean drama. Or whatever it takes to cheer you up, okay?
Okay.
I got Zek to help out at the wharf.
Finally. You managed to do what I never could. He could become a great asset for the project.
The idea was to relieve Melville, not to shift the exploitation.
No one is being exploited here. I'll make sure that he gets the wage he deserves.
I think I can take the day off.
What's going on?
Maybe I just want to watch some TV with you.
Not the most original reply, but definitely the right one. I'm game.
Seriously, we need to have our terminology straight if we want to turn this baby into a success. PR-wise, call it a demo or a prototype or a vertical slice or whatever. Just don't call it a showboat. It sounds like some tacky vaudeville joint.
Sure. Dad? Did Angela ever say anything to you about the project?
Nope. Why?
Nothing. I was just... Never mind.
Hey, I gotta make some calls and throw together an update for the dentists. Just tell Melville which samples you prefer. All of them are fine, even that cliched maritime theme your brother picked.
Got it.
Excellent. Good things are happening, daughter. Good things are happening.
I found it. It's been here for almost 4 years.
Jemre was still alive back then, and Lee and Bodhi were still living in the city, a relic from a different age.
Is it just me, or are you and Bean finally getting along?
What makes you say that?
You don't seem to argue anymore.
Don't we? It still feels like a minefield. Guess we're getting better at mapping out the territory.
Did you just use a military metaphor to describe your relationship with my son?
What I'm trying to say is we're both making an effort. And going by you, it's starting to show.
It is. I'm sure over time it'll improve even more.
Let's hope so.
Oh, damn. The more I learn, the less it feels like I'm getting anywhere. I'll never pass this test. Oh, damn.
Zek, that is not true. From what I've seen, you underestimate yourself.
You think?
Dad's candidate. Rustic elegance. He thinks it resonates best with the village's flair.
What are you doing?
Working.
I want to help.
No, it's dangerous. This is no place for a kid.
Don't worry, I'm good at stuff.
Oceanic Lodge. A deluge of turquoise and white, with a heavy sprinkle of seashell and starfish imagery. Eli's favorite.
Well, we're living right next to the sea. So how about we make a painting like this?
A mural of the ocean? Seriously?
Hey, it's white sand, seashells, and turquoise water. What's not to like?
It's generic as hell. It would be nice to do something with this wall, not paint over it. Pronounce it. Deepen it. You know what I mean? Just look at the patina. I dig how alive it feels. It makes me feel things, you know?
The mural would make you feel stuff too. I think it's important that we find something that is a good design. Something useful and practical, but also conveys a simple emotion. And the emotion I would want to evoke here is, I don't know, a connection to the coast? To the ocean? A calm and deep immersion. Like when you're diving and everything gets muted and you're all by yourself.
I think you'll only achieve the opposite. It's gonna look tacky and superficial.
Geez, you're a sourpuss today. Let's take a break.
I guess that answers which style you preferred for the boat. Shabby chic, like that crusted wall you didn't want me to paint over. Did you hate the lodge because it felt too intrusive for the village? Getting back into the swing of things?
Yep.
You think the extra time is enough to deliver something compelling?
Should be.
Nice. But don't push yourself. Mom cast her vote for this one. Shabby chic. Grandma's couch never gets old.
Hey, your son mentioned something about dreams you had before you came here, and you gave up on them when you moved in with me?
Dreams. What are dreams?
Aw, come on. He called them your primary goals in life?
Which ones did he mean?
You tell me.
I had a lot of those over the years. You know how dreams go. They're just there to keep you motivated until you find what really counts.
Which is?
You dummy.
There must be more.
True, I wanted to be an actor when I was 6. And a novelist when I thought that that would be my ticket out of puberty.
So, what was it before we met?
The thing I wanted most... probably to be happy again, I guess? Oh, look at you. Don't let Bean mess with you like that. It's all good.
If you say so. But you will tell me if that change is right?
Of course.
Henrietta? I've got a favor to ask. Would you ask Dad to come by sometime?
Why ever would I do that?
He used to see you regularly, and every time he did, it lifted his spirits. He didn't even drink at the time.
Your father is a grown man who can decide for himself, can he not?
I doubt he can at this point. He's obsessing over work at the boat lodge. He needs a distraction.
Your father found his calling as caretaker of Yesterby. He renovated my house all by himself.
Well, couldn't you ask him to do one more job? Just to take his mind off the lodge for a bit.
Young man, I never asked him, he just did it. Besides, do you believe adding more weight to his shoulders will lighten his mood?
I guess you're right. Have a good day.
I asked your mom about her goals.
And she told you she's happy here?
Which I will take to heart unless you have something to add.
I appreciate your efforts. But today, I'm not really in the mood for spilling other people's secrets.
Some other time, maybe?
Huh. Looks like Henrietta's boiler has quite a hole in it. Dad should have a look at that. Hey, maybe he and Henrietta would reconnect. Or I could fix it myself.
Let's go with the rustic look. It's what Dad wanted anyway.
Okay. Good decision.
Oh, was that your favorite too?
No, but I'll make it work.
Cool. Well then, keep up the good work.
Oh no. Not again, Dad. I ran into Henrietta earlier. Her boiler's leaking. She asked if you'd take a look at it.
Henrietta asked you to tell me?
Yeah. She's an old woman after all, and she was probably put off by having to walk all the way up here.
Sure. I'll head there as soon as I can. You wanted to leave.
Yeah, so?
Now you're helping me build the lodge.
It's all yours if that's what you want.
No, it's just...
Unlike me to work with you? It's just about money, okay? If I want to build a life for myself elsewhere, I need money. That's all there is to it, really.
Melville. A pleasant surprise.
Henrietta.
You seem to always sense when something here requires your attention.
My job is to maintain Yesterby the best I can.
Which you fulfill marvelously, as you always have.
Maybe. Still not enough. My son wants to leave.
The boy is surrounded by tragedies, none of which are your fault. It's hardly surprising he wants to go.
If you say so.
I do say so. Stop being so hard on yourself. The vision you all shared when you moved here seems to be lost on most of you nowadays anyway. You might be the only person who is still true to the original idea of Yesterby.
I'll get back to it, if you don't mind.
Of course, of course. Thank you for the quick work, Melville.
How did you like my lasagna the other day?
It was delicious. Didn't I tell you?
No, you didn't say anything during dinner. Kansas was far, far away.
Oh.
Don't worry. It's part of why I love you.
It is?
Yeah, it shows how much you care about the others. Still, it would be good for you if you managed to unwind every once in a while. And that, I guess, is why I'm here. And we both are here together now.
It does feel good spending time with you.
See? We're the perfect couple. Without me, it would be just vegetables and worries, instead of fun and cheesy lasagnas. You didn't even notice all the cheese, did you? Huh? Whew, that's good.
Any news on the interior design?
Yep, rustic elegance it is.
All right, I'll make the order. By the way, if Pia tries to talk to you about the project, send her to me.
Is she angry again?
It's just my paranoia speaking. Keep up the excellent work. We're making some real progress here.
Seriously, Dad, I don't know what's more condescending. Your admonishments or the over-the-top pep talk?
I just want my daughter to be her best possible self. What's wrong with that?
I'm out of here. See you later.
Melville was never easy to talk to, but it got worse after his wife died.
Hey, Dad. We're going fishing with Henrietta. Wanna come?
We can't afford to lose any of your mom's clients. I need to work.
Right. See? Can't say I didn't try.
He was really hoping that you would come.
It's better he hangs out with his friends. He'll take his mind off all this crap.
But you don't have any friends who could do the same thing for you.
I have friends. We just don't talk much these days, that's all.
And you coming?
Maybe it's time that you start talking with them again.
Maybe. Go. Have fun fishing.
What did he mean when he said he had friends? Let's find out. Okay, Connie?
As I drive toward you, take a ride into everything that is you. I will try to hold my head up high. Will you guide me through?
Ah, come on, buddy. We're here. Yeah, it's been a long drive. You know how it is. Sometimes it's the distance that draws you the most. Oh, man. Look at that ocean. These people have found themselves a paradise out here. Yeah. You stay here. I have to return this thing. Ahoy there.
And who might you be?
Name's Lal. I'm a traveling musician. I set up camp at the beach to gather some inspiration.
You have a familiar face. Have you been here before?
Me? Oh, no. I just happen to look like the average Joe.
You've come at a pretty bad time.
Really? What happened, if I may ask?
The town is hurting. We recently lost someone very dear to us. An accident.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I had no idea. This may not be the right time then, but on my way here I found something by the road. It belongs to a certain Angela from Yesterby. Her name's written on it.
She is the one who's deceased.
Oh.
Damn. Then, all the more important that I return it to her family. Could you point me towards their house?
The funeral was only a short while ago. You shouldn't disturb her parents because of some relic.
Gotcha. I'll just return it and I'll be on my way then.
Oh, no, you won't. Forget about what you were planning altogether and leave.
I don't know if I can do that. It's a rather personal thing, you know? It wouldn't be right to keep it.
If you have to. But don't you add to their grief.
I won't. I promise, madam.
You'll find the farmhouse on the other side of the village. You can't miss it.
Much obliged.
I have a question.
Yeah?
Who used to be your friends in Yesterby?
Sorry, I don't have time right now.
Well, what time would suit you better?
Can't say. Some other time.
It's all right. I'll just wait here.
Who are you?
Oh, hey, little guy. I'm Lowell, a musician.
Little guy? Seriously?
Oh, sorry. Big guy. I didn't look.
Uh-huh. You should get your eyes checked, mister.
You're right. I will.
Good thinking. If we wait long enough, I'm sure he'll come around and talk to us. At least, he can't forget about you.
Hi.
Yeah?
Name's Lowell. I'm a traveling musician on a short stop in Yesterby.
Traveling musician? That's your job?
So it seems. Life sentence.
I'm Zek. Well, nice meeting you, Lal, but I'm not really in the mood for talking.
You found the capsule. Did you look inside?
No, I didn't.
And Bodhi?
I didn't show it to him.
Good. Please, leave it alone. It has to stay safe.
Excuse me.
Yes?
I'm sorry to intrude. Are you Angela's family?
We are?
Name's Lal. I travel from town to town to play my guitar and gather inspiration.
Well, this is not a good time.
Yes, I've heard. I'm so sorry for what happened.
Then why are you here?
Look, I don't want to make things worse for you, but, well, actually, I was wondering, given the circumstances, if you need any help. You're farmers, right?
Thanks, Lal. That's kind, but...
What is there to do? My daughter is gone, and my other daughter is drifting away.
I understand. It was like that too when my brother died. Would you like me to talk to your daughter? Maybe I can help. Bring some hope.
Excuse me? We don't even know you.
I'm good with kids.
Keep away from my Connie.
Sorry. I didn't mean to upset you.
We know. I think it's for the best if you leave.
All right then. In case you change your mind, my van's parked down by the beach.
Well, what was that all about?
Jasper?
Yeah?
I'm leaving Yesterby.
Why?
I don't feel like I belong here. I guess you understand?
Sure.
I'm applying for a job, warehouse management assistant.
Good for you.
Would you write me, what's it called? A recommendation?
A letter of reference?
Yeah, that.
Why not? I can write about how you assisted with the boat launch.
Think it would boost my chances?
Of course. In my experience, most people in HR just scan applications for anything out of the ordinary. A good reference letter on a prestigious project will let you stick right out.
Prestigious?
Sorry? What did you say?
It's good this project is so, well known then, I mean.
Oh, yeah. Very good indeed. I'll just write something and send it to you.
Perfect. Thanks.
I have have to admit that when you two moved here, I had a tough time accepting that all your mom seemed to care about was sitting in front of a screen.
I know. It's not healthy.
Tell me about it.
She wasn't always like that.
No?
She used to go out a lot with her friends. Well, to be fair, they often ended up sitting in front of a screen too. But together, it was different. You're trying to get me to tell you about her project, right?
Ah, is that what it's called now? I thought it was just some vague dream.
Nice try, Galena, but not today.
So, what's on your mind today?
Could you please keep my mom out of all this graveyard business? It doesn't do her any good.
What if she really wants to help?
Then talk her out of it and let somebody else do it. We both know how easily she lets depressing stuff like that get to her. When her aunt died, she barely left the house for days.
I think you're underestimating her. She's stronger than you think.
You know that depression can cause changes in the brain. You should, because you're a doctor.
Your mom's brain is not made out of clay. She can handle it.
I wouldn't have asked you if I wasn't serious.
Hello.
Oh, hey there.
Have you been looking for me?
I don't know. Have I? Are you Connie?
Yes.
Your parents don't want me to talk to you. But, I found something that might have belonged to your sister. It has her name on it.
My camera.
I found it on my way here, just down the road.
So I did take it with me. No, sis. It's the truth. It wasn't him.
This is hers, yes.
It's old, but in really good condition, so I can tell that it must have been very important to her.
Like my own eyes.
I would like to give it back.
Nothing sparked as much hope in me as my camera. But what do we do with it? Everyone else is in more need of hope than we are, right?
She has no use for it now.
I mean to you or your parents.
Better not give it to Mom and Dad. It might have the opposite effect.
It would make them sad.
And I guess from your look, you don't want it either. You know, when I was where you are now, I was glad to have mementos like that. They didn't really make things easier, but they reminded me of the good times we had. Gave me hope, even. Is there anyone else who might want this? Any friends, family? Just hit me with names and I can speak to them.
Galia, Zach, River, they're still struggling. They could use a little hope, couldn't they?
There might be someone.
Awesome. Who?
Galia, or River, or Zach. They're entangled.
Entangled? Entangled how?
In their threads. I'm trying to help them, but I feel like I'm failing.
Don't be so hard on yourself. I'm sure you're doing your best.
I don't know.
Tell you what, how about I keep Angela's camera for now, and we find this out together?
Find out what?
Who should have it? Whoever needs it the most.
What good could you do? You never met any of them. And you never met Angie.
You're right. But being a musician, I have a good ear. Maybe if I listen close enough, I can figure out where this camera wants to go.
He's right. It's worth a shot.
You're right about the others, though. I don't know any of them. That's why I need your help. Just drop by whenever you have time and tell me about these entangled souls. And thread by thread, we'll cut them free.
I can do that.
Marvelous. Let's find this camera a home.
Thanks. I have to go now. Bye.
Take care, Connie.
Do you want to go to the beach?
What about your stuff?
It can wait.
You sure?
Better not question it.
Right. Did I say anything? Let's go.
Good to see you. Are you here to tell me about the others?
Mm-hmm. About River.
What?
Angie's best friend. They made a lot of plans together.
What kind of plans?
Things they dreamed up for Yesterby. They never happened, though.
Well, sometimes dreaming up stuff is enough.
How?
It's like when you try to write a song. You come up with all these lines. Some work, some don't. Even if they never end up becoming a song, they still keep you moving forward. I'm not making much sense, am I? All I'm saying is you'd go nowhere if you stopped dreaming.
Well, River is working on an actual project now. It's called the Boat Lodge.
What's that?
Something Angie never cared about. It's supposed to attract tourists and give Yesterby a future.
Change like that sounds pretty scary.
I guess.
Is it what River wants?
I think so. But she's having second thoughts because of Angie and the others.
Well, if the others gave this boat lodge a second look, maybe they reconsider. Let me go and talk to her about it.
Okay. I have to go. Bye.
Thanks for telling me, Connie. See you around.
So, what have you been watching lately?
Some weird anthology show.
Weird? In what way?
Oh, not weird, but in the genre sense, you know? As in weird fiction?
No, I don't know.
It's close to horror or dark fantasy, I guess. But it's more inexplicable? It's not as close to a formula than most other genres. You know what I mean?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, I'll just have to show you an episode. Maybe then you'll understand. Or maybe you'll end up being more confused than before. That's one of the main features of weird fiction, you know?
Ah-ha.
Thank you, Lord, for having lent us your strength. It's done.